Alrighty guys, welcome back for your AEW Dynamite 15th of September, I believe it was the 15th of September review. I'm tired at the moment, I just watched Dynamite and now I feel like I'm on life support, so we're going to try and get through this review as quickly as possible. And I was confused after watching this show. It just seemed like a big bag of shit in reality. I guess they're building towards not a pay-per-view, they're building towards like a special show. I think they're doing like a 4-hour Rampage or something, or next week's Dynamite is going to be a special show like TNA does special shows, but when TNA do them, they just can't afford to have pay-per-views, so they just name the normal Impact after, former pay-per-views. But I don't know why AEW are falling into this shit fucking idea as well. It makes no sense to me. Why, if you can't, if you haven't got the ability to build feuds between 3 or 4 months between each pay-per-view, why not just add more pay-per-views? I mean, if you look at WWE, through their best 2 periods in history, the most entertaining, best content they were putting out, the Ruthless Aggression era and the Attitude era, they had 12 pay-per-views a month. Not 12 pay-per-views a month, they had 12 pay-per-views a year. TNA, when they were doing their best, they had 12 pay-per-views a year as well, so I don't know why AEW doesn't add more pay-per-views, perhaps not even a pay-per-view every month. What about 6 pay-per-views? So you've got a pay-per-view every 2 months. To me, that would be a better number, but here, nah, they're not doing that. They're doing 4 a year, and now they're trying to add special shows. I believe they booked Punk into a match. They booked Bryan into a match. They booked everybody into a match, damn it. Fuck, man, next they'll be booking Chris Benoit into a match, and he's dead. That's how desperate here AEW are. But anyway, 2 minutes in, we haven't even talked about the show. Let's get this review over with. We kick off with Adam Cole, baby, versus who did he? Frankie Kazarian. Right, whatever, poor match, is what it is. Don't care about it. 2 fucking jobbers. After the match, Adam Cole gets on the mic. He says we're getting story time with Adam Cole, and he says absolutely nothing. He says absolutely nothing. He puts out a challenge to, I believe, Christian. Was it Christian? I think he challenged Christian. But he said nothing. Story time with Adam Cole. And then he crouches down. Almost does to CM. Almost stole CM Punk's whole story time. He sits down. I mean, who cares about story time with Adam Cole? Unless it's a bedtime story and you want to fall asleep. That's the only time Adam Cole should be telling stories. Right, up next with a promo backstage, I believe. The Butcher and the Blade. They're challenging for the titles. The 2 Mexican guys with the belts, whoever the fuck they are. Apparently they'll be taking them on next week or on Rampage. Then when MJF came out, he called it Brian Pillman Jr. He attacked him last week. He said he's the worst excuse of a second generation star of all time. I don't know if I agree with that or not. I mean, there's a shitload of bad second generation stars. Look at Ted DiBiase. Michael McGillicuddy. I mean, these guys weren't exactly good, were they? So, I don't know if Brian Pillman's the worst, Brian Pillman Jr. I don't know if he is the worst by any means, but yeah, he's not great. MJF. Then Brian Pillman comes out. MJF sends Warlord up to attack him on the stage, but Brian Pillman comes out through the crowd. Goes to attack MJF in the ring. Warlord makes the save. Brian Pillman throws him out. And Brian Pillman, I guess, looks strong here. MJF, I guess, coming off the feud with Jericho, that's him gone, that's him done. I like MJF, but it doesn't look like they've got any plans for him. And I feel like the roster's getting so big. It's like the guys like MJF, I just think their chances of winning the world title are gone. I mean, Orange Cassidy, you look at these people that Tony Khan, I know he's not really a massive MJF fan, but the 2 guys that Tony Khan has pushed the most, Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy, these guys will never get anywhere near a world title. Just look at everyone coming in. All these new guys coming in. The originals have got nowhere near a chance of getting a title. I mean, if you look at the AEW originals, most of them can't even get on Dynamite or Rampage. They're wrestling matches on AEW Dark, and who gives a shit about AEW Dark? It should be in the dark so nobody can see it because it sucks. Then we had, what did we have after that? We had the Luchasaurus backstage. I think they accepted the challenge of Adam Cole. Christian says that Adam Cole has some nice friends and cool hair. What the fuck is this? Seriously, Christian, come on. You're better than this. Yeah, after that, we had the Revival versus Two Bombs. The Revival won. Hardly a surprise. Then we had, I believe, a segment showing that Japanese dude. Everyone marked out over him. I mean, it's just a fucking Jap at the end of the day. I mean, it's like a big line of Japs. It doesn't matter which one you send over for Japan. They all suck, you know. They all look the same. They all wrestle the same. They all talk the same. And they can't talk. They can't cut promos. They've not got a fucking personality, man. It's just, hard style slap. Who cares? I mean, seriously, who cares? I don't care. If you want to see that shit, go watch New Japan. Then with Malachi Black came out with his face paint over his dodgy eye. I don't even know what happened here. Some woman who I've never heard of in my life or seen before jumped Malachi Black. But before he could retaliate, Cody Rhodes returned. And this was supposed to be an epic return. Didn't even know the guy was gone. I mean, who cares if he was filming some shit with his wife? Cody's back. He's probably going to bury Malachi Black here. The Rhodes family's going to get their revenge. Honestly, I don't know. And honestly, I don't care. What I will say is, right, if you look at the roster that AEW have, they should be putting on better shows, but the shows aren't good. They're not. Then we had that guy from UFC, whatever he's called, Dan. I think he's called Dan something. We're just gonna go ahead and call him Dan. He buried AEW. He says Dan Lambert, he says that they're all like 5'8" guys and jumping off balconies and kicking out at two. Fair play. And then he gets interrupted by Jericho. I mean, out of all the people to interrupt this guy, you thought it would have been one of these indie guys, you know, you thought it would have been one of the guys that he's slabbering a bit, but no, it's Jericho. Jericho comes out with Hager, and nothing really happens. So what a waste. I mean, just garbage. Like, what are they doing with Chris Jericho? This was crap. Then we had, speaking of crap, we had a backstage promo with Anna Jay and the Dark Order. The Dark Order, probably the worst thing I've seen on AEW, to be honest. Just break these guys up. But I mean, garbage. Didn't want to see it. Unfortunately, we've seen it. I have seen enough. John Cena. I've seen enough. I have, man. I don't want to watch this anymore. I didn't want to do it. Up next, we Jade Cargill, the Black China versus some woman who's legit like you talk about being 5'8". This woman's about 3'8", man. She is a midget, out of proportion. Just doesn't look like she could win a fight with her little legs, you know. I mean, maybe she's able to kick your ass, but she wouldn't be able to catch you because you could just outrun her. She actually looks like a midget. It's like Hornswoggle with long hair and a pair of tits. That's basically who this person is. Jade Cargill wins. Who cares? Awful. Why is this taking up time? By the way, we'd CM Punk on commentary up until this point in the show, but he didn't say anything edgy, didn't say anything cool, just sat there and called matches and spoke about guys' finishers and young guys that he wants to work with. What the fuck are they doing to CM Punk? Then Taz comes out, accuses CM Punk of stealing his job. CM Punk gets up and he's like, what are you talking about? And the next thing, Team Taz, fuck the world, or whatever, they're attacking CM Punk. One of them, the black guy in the stable, choke slams Punk through the table, and apparently he's going to be facing Punk on Rampage. What a disaster. I mean, Punk's come into this company, and already his momentum is gone. It's dead. It sucks. It really does. I mean, come on. I was looking forward to Punk back to wrestling, and then you see what AEW have done to him, and I just cannot believe how quickly they've killed the momentum of a big star. I mean, say what you want about WWE, but at least they treat their main eventers somewhat, you know, decent. This was just terrible. This sucks, you know. Punk is just an afterthought at this stage. It's unreal how bad things have got here. But anyway, CM Punk, I guess, is taking on a member of Team Taz on Rampage. Wow. You know what I mean? First match back, Darby Allin. Is it going to get better after that? No. He's actually going backwards. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. After this, we had Sean Spears, the chairman. Wow, he comes out with a chair. He's called the chairman. I mean, at Finney Max 75, and I think he'd still kick this guy's ass. He faced Darby Allin, and of course Darby Allin never loses unless he's against someone who's actually a star, and there's not many of them in that company, but yeah, he did lose to CM Punk. He beats Shawn Spears. Fuck the Revival come out. They beat up Sting and Darby Allin, and Sting gets his face paint rubbed off. I mean, really? It was supposed to... Sting getting his face paint rubbed off, is that supposed to mean something? I mean, people get their face paint rubbed off every night. Halloween night, you know, every year. People rub their face paint off. I mean, so what? So fucking what? It's not like the face paint means anything to Sting. It's just his gimmick. It's just his character. It falls off when he's wrestling matches anyway, so what's the difference, you know? It's not like a mask when, if you rip Rey Mysterio's mask off, it means something. It's not like part of his fucking heritage or, you know, religion or anything like that. It's just face paint. It doesn't mean shit. Then we had Tony Schiavone welcome him out. Daniel Bryan. He was interrupted by Omega, and the guy that Omega hangs about with is Don Callis. Don Callis did most of the talking because Omega can't talk, let's be real. And then Daniel Bryan says, this is about proving who is better between me and you. And I hate that in wrestling these days. That's what it's always about. Oh, who's the better wrestler? I mean, who cares? Can we get some feuds? Like, why can't bloody, I don't know, Daniel, why can't Kenny Omega fucking bang Bryan's wife or something like that, you know, or I don't know, something cool, something interesting, something different apart from, well, you know, I want to prove I'm a better technical wrestler. I mean, these guys aren't even good technical wrestlers. I mean, fuck me, Angle could come in at 55 years old and still break their ankles and make their ankles hurt and make them tap. So, I mean, what does this matter? What does this care? So apparently we're getting Bryan versus Kenny Omega. What happened to him to work your way up? What happened to building your ranking? Daniel Bryan doesn't even have a ranking. He doesn't even have a win. And all of a sudden now he's getting a match against Kenny Omega. Makes absolute zero sense. Anyway, that's going to happen on Grand Slam Dynamite. Whatever that is. Then we had main event time. It was Eddie Fat Kingston and Ambrose, or Moxley, whatever you call him, facing two guys that I don't even know, two fucking bums. The Moxley's team win, then at the end, that Japanese dude come out. That's how they end the show, guys. That fucking Japanese guy coming out and fighting Moxley. What a terrible way to end the show. What a disaster. And I'm done. I've wasted, 12 minutes, over 12 and a half minutes talking about this. I mean, this show is painful to watch. I'll tell you what, I watched NXT last night and it was a hell of a lot better than this. I'm going to give this AEW, I'm tempted to give it a 0. You know what? I am going to give it a 0. I don't think there was anything good on it. Nah, I'm giving it a 0. No, wait, I'm giving it a 1. I'm going to reserve 0 for absolute dog shit. We'll give this a 1. It was crap, but it wasn't absolute crap. Anyway, that's it, guys. Till next time. Peace.